Welcome to Daily Justice Time.
Yes. All right, Caroline Cantu. And Melanie, can you pull the file for Caroline Cantu for me? Thank you. All right. Good morning, Ms. Cantu. All right, somebody needs you to speak up, all right?
Okay.
So I've received a report from probation, and we're having this compliance hearing so that you'll know what you need to do, because maybe there's some confusion. And I always like to have confusion cleared up, because probation is a contract with the court, right? It's you're signing a document telling the court that you agree to do certain things. And if you don't do the things that you've promised to the court and that you've signed up saying that you will do, that means that you're violating or breaking our contract. And when you break the contract, what ends up happening is a motion to revoke is filed. And let me just tell you what happens when a motion to revoke is filed. It's presented to me, and if on the face of it, it appears to be in order. And by me, what I mean by appear to be in order is they have the violations or what they're saying you did to break your contract with the court. And if it appears to be in order, what I do is I sign it. And once I sign it, a warrant is issued for your arrest. And wherever you may be at your home, you may be in the middle of preparing dinner, or in the morning preparing breakfast, or you may be at your job, or taking someone to the grocery store. If the police see you and there's a warrant that's been issued, they're going to arrest you wherever you may be. You understand?
Yes.
And then what will end up happening is you will be taken into custody. You will go to the Bexar County Jail. If you bond out, you bond out. If you don't bond out, you're going to be sitting at the Bexar County Jail waiting for your case to be heard, which we have those cases heard in this court fairly quickly. And if you're not bonded out, you're going to be brought over into custody, sitting in a blue uniform, having me make a decision on whether or not to revoke you and send you to prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you have been violating the terms of your contract with the court. And this is the last time that I'm going to have a conversation with you about your violations. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The first problem is you're using marijuana. Here's the thing about that. People know what marijuana is. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, I'm just doing CBD gummies or whatever. You already know you're not supposed to be doing that. So the question for you is whether or not marijuana and CBD gummies or whatever you want to take is worth going to prison or worth going to the Bexar County Jail. Those are decisions you're going to have to make. And if you choose yes, that it's worth that, then again, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. I know that people feel as though marijuana is not a big deal. Who am I to decide on that? But what I do know is it's against your contract with me if you're using marijuana in any shape, form, or fashion. Do you understand? Now, when's the last time you used marijuana?
April? No, May.
All right, because here's the thing, you're gonna get tested today. So you might as well be honest with me. We're not on the record. You don't have an attorney here because this is just me getting your attention. This is a compliance hearing. So when's the last time you used marijuana?
In May.
All right, what time in May?
The beginning of May.
All right, why are you using marijuana when you're on probation and you know you can be revoked?
I try to, for my anxiety.
All right, did you tell the probation that you have issues with anxiety?
I did.
All right, does she need an evaluation? What is your anxiety from? And she's gonna go check to see if you told probation that, because they put everything in the system.
And my TAP evaluation,
Mhm.
yes, I informed them, so I went to my doctors, so they prescribed me some what is it, antidepressants.
Mhm. So are you taking those?
Yes.
All right, did you inform probation who your doctor is?
Yes. well, I informed them of my situation, yes,
but not who your doctor is.
not who it's.
So here's the thing, when you're on probation, and I know people want to keep things personal, but if you keep things personal, that means that they don't know and I don't know. And so I'm just assuming that you're willy-nilly violating probation, and that's not allowed in this court. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so you are going to get drug tested today. The other issue we have is you're not blowing the number of times they want you to blow.
Right, I've been having trouble with the vehicle. So we're supposed to be taking it off this month, if not,
What do you mean taking what off this month?
the, intoxicant,
Why?
the contract's up for 9 months, half of the probation.
No, that's not going to be taken off because you haven't done what you need to do in order to have it taken off. So the intoxilizer doesn't come off until I say it does.
Okay.
Now, if you were following the rules, then it would be off in half the time, but you have not been following my rules.
I also explained to them that the vehicle is not under my name, so the owner is trying to sell it. So I would have to have a home breathalyzer installed.
But here's the thing, you have access to that vehicle, and that's a problem. Whose vehicle is it? What is their relationship to you?
My mother.
Yeah, so why are you speaking as though your mother is like some stranger? The person who owns the vehicle is trying to sell it.
Well, I was just saying. she's-
Yeah. That stays on because you have access to it. Any vehicle that you have access to, the ignition interlock will remain on that. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you had better start blowing more in that. And I'm increasing the levels that you have to blow in that. Again, I don't think people understand, but there are consequences for your actions. You understand?
Yes.
And when is the last time you said you used marijuana?
In May.
Then why do you have a positive test in June?
Well, my levels have been decreasing.
All right, so I want her UA today. And what we're gonna do with her is we're gonna increase the number of times she blows. If you miss any of those windows that you're supposed to blow, a warrant's gonna be issued. You understand? If your levels for marijuana go up, a warrant is gonna be issued. Do you understand?
And
And I've already explained to you the process when a warrant is issued. Do you understand?
yes,
All right. And are you still a receptionist? Because I don't allow people to work for a home healthcare provider as a home healthcare provider. Are you just a receptionist or do you see patients?
no, I'm just a receptionist.
Okay. Probation, is there anything else?
Your Honor, the tab indicates possibly intensive outpatient treatment is needed.
All right, let's do that. All right, is there anything else that you need from the court so that you can be successful? Are you certain? Now's the time if you need help for something to ask.
No.
All right, because I'm gonna write on this document sheet that I have a conversation with you and you inform the court that you needed no more help. Nothing else?
No, ma'am.
All right, probation is gonna go over conditions with you. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Your Honor, do you want the way that she's gonna provide today to give you the level or?
Yes.
So Ms. Cantu's UA came out positive for THC. I did take a quick look at the reports that are in the system for the levels, and it does look like they're going lower, but it's obviously still in our system. So I'll just let the officer know to continue with monitoring the levels as you stated. Or do you want them like every week, or do you want them?
We can do it every 2 weeks. Yes. All right, thank you. All right, could I have someone from the state, please? Court is calling 2021 CR 7575, State of Texas versus Jose Parada. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
And Matthew Allen for Mr. Parada.
And are you Mr. Parada?
Sí.
Yes, I am.
We have an interpreter here. If you could raise your hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
And if you could state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Parada, I have listed that your attorney is Guillermo Alara. Do you have any objection to Mr. Allen standing in?
Sí.
¿Tiene objeción?
Sí. ¿Qué quiere?
¿Le molesta que esté?
No.
No.
All right, thank you for clearing that up. And Matthew, you were just like stunned, like, what? There's no objection.
Guess I'm done.
Yeah. So what is your relationship to the case, Mr. Allen?
I believe I'm actually listed on the case as well, Your Honor, and I'm very familiar with it. Today, we're just continuing to assert our right to a speedy trial.
All right. And so for the record, the court will note that the court is currently in jury trial on, excuse me, can I have a- For the record, the court is currently in a jury trial, State of Texas versus Nathaniel Tristan, cause number 2019 CR 8838. The case of Nathaniel Tristan is an older case than the case of Mr. Parada. The cause number for Mr. Parada, as we all know, is a 2021 CR 7575. And Mr. Parada, are you still requesting a jury trial?
Sí.
Yes.
Your plea deadline date has expired. What that means is that the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case, except pleas that are open to the court. Do you understand?
No, I don't.
All right. So, State, have you tendered an offer to the defense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Parada, have you received the offer that was tendered from the state?
Siempre rechacé la oferta porque no
Ay.
hay como-
And just one second, if he is telling me what the offer is, I'm not allowed to hear that and I don't want to hear that. So if that's what being said, please don't interpret it for me.
He said, I always rejected the offer.
All right, thank you. All right, so the court is not going to accept any other offer. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Without good cause.
Yes.
So from here on out, if you decide to enter a plea, it would have to be one where it's open to the court.
Como declarar.
What do you mean plead openly to the court?
All right, defense, would you like to speak with him about
I
that?
could, if I could just explain.
Yes.
Mr. Parada, you want a trial in this case, right?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes.
At this point, if you wanted to take a plea, we would need permission from the judge. Do you understand?
Yes.
And so you wish to continue with your request for a jury trial?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Then, defense, my understanding is that you've received all the discovery in this case. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. The court will need an acknowledgement of discovery before anyone leaves today. And Ms. Ferguson, can I have a jury trial date for Mr. Parada, please? All right, your jury trial date will be September 13th. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else from either of the parties?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, grazie. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say that. Thank you very much. I just came from Spain. That's all I know.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye. Oh, that is Italian, right? I'm just, let me just tell you, I got so confused because we went to three countries.
The hearing involves a plea proceeding in Judge Boyd's courtroom. She begins by calling the case, identifying the defendant, confirming the charges, and ensuring all attorneys are properly announced for the record. Judge Boyd asks the defense attorney whether he has received all discovery from the state and whether the evidence has been reviewed with the defendant. Once confirmed, she turns to the defendant and verifies personal information to ensure he understands the process. Judge Boyd then goes through the plea paperwork, including the written plea agreement and the judicial confession. She confirms the defendant signed each page voluntarily, without threats or promises outside the agreement. She also confirms the defendant understands the constitutional rights being waived, such as the right to trial, to confront witnesses, and to remain silent, and that the defendant is giving up those rights knowingly and freely. Judge Boyd reviews the proposed punishment terms, asks whether the defendant agrees with the plea offer, and confirms the defendant understands the maximum and minimum sentencing ranges. She also asks whether the defendant is a U.S. citizen, whether he is on probation anywhere else, and whether he is entering the plea because he is in fact guilty. The prosecutor reads the factual basis for the charge, and Judge Boyd asks the defendant to confirm that the facts are true. Once satisfied, she finds the plea voluntary and supported by evidence. She then accepts the plea, finds the defendant guilty, and proceeds to pronounce the sentence exactly as negotiated in the plea agreement. Judge Boyd ends by informing the defendant of any reporting requirements, fines, conditions, or deadlines. She asks if either attorney has anything further for the record. When all parties decline, she concludes the hearing and calls the next case.
Please like, comment your view, and subscribe to my channel for more real stories.